Hi folks, it's Ryan from Drinks and Dragons, and today's episode is going to be a little bit about me and my Christmas presents. It's supposed to be about, the last episode of each month is supposed to be about kind of a Q&A. I don't have a whole lot of Q&A in the queue. One moment, please. Just thought I would show the culprit, who also wants to be in the video because she's so cute. She's welcome to. Hey, Bella. Yeah, that's cute. All right, so little Bella's cameo wasn't enough. She wants to be a part of the show full time, it seems. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Christmas presents. Of course, there were Dungeons and Dragons themed Christmas presents, which were awesome. I'm actually wearing two of them, and one of them, this one, is what sort of sparked my idea for how to work a Q&A kind of video into this sort of talk, if you will. So first, the presents. This is the awesome hat my daughter got me. Drinks and Dragons merch, maybe already underway. Check that out. Before I move on to the shirt, my son got me Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which I'm super excited to already start working some neat things into my current campaign, which is on hold, by the way. Incidentally, we're gonna pick back up again at the beginning of the next year here, probably next week. So anyway, so that's awesome. This is awesome. Really cool that she was able to get my logo and get it printed on a hat. That's super cool. And then my wife got me this really cool shirt. It's obviously a D&D themed shirt, and with all the weapons, it's got the damage dice on it. And so she asked, what are these little numbers underneath these weapons mean? And I said, haha, it's easy, the 2d4, and then she was like, no. So it was too much. So I'm going to spend a few minutes in this video talking about what these little numbers underneath, Bella, what these little numbers mean. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so let's talk a little bit about it, and let's pick this battle axe right down here. You know what, why don't I just, I'll probably just put a picture over here rather than do that. But anyway, so the battle axe says 1d12. So what does that mean, 1d12? My wife was like, what does that mean, 1d12? Well, it means you take one die, and the d12 is the number of sides on that die. So 1d12, this guy right here is a d12. And so you roll it one time for the damage that this battle axe, you know what it is, this battle axe does, if it in fact hits. So first you roll your d20. Does it hit? Let's pretend like it did. Okay, congratulations, you've hit this creature, you've hit this monster, you've hit this bad guy. Now roll the d12 to determine how much damage it did. 1d12. In this case, 5 plus whatever modifiers get added onto that. It's a strength, it's a melee weapon, so strength, so whatever your strength modifier is, etc., etc. I figured when I was talking to her about it that I talk about these things so often with my buddies that play D&D that since she doesn't play, she doesn't quite know what it is I'm talking about. And that's all it is. 2d4 means we're doing 2 four-sided dice. There we go. So the little daggers right here, actually a dagger is 1d4. There's 2 of them. That's why I'm assuming it says 2d4. So you take your 2d4s, roll them, add them together. I got a 4 and a 1 there. So 5 points of damage. Nothing to it, easy peasy. We can consider that kind of an intro video to damage dice, if you will. I hope that is helpful. And just a quick review here. It's kind of interesting as I'm looking at these weapons. A Kapesh is on here, and throwing stars are on here. There's like some weapons on here that I don't think are in 5th edition, which makes me wonder if this is maybe based on an older edition of Dungeons and Dragons. I will have to research that. Or if any of you fans out there who maybe were playing earlier editions and can recall what weapons lists are in there, by all means, shoot me a comment and let me know. There's a couple of them in here, actually. I think that might have been it. The Kapesh, I think these you consider as unarmed strike type of weapons. Mug of brew, mug of ale, a loot just to smash somebody, rock and roll style. Let's see, throwing stars, I'm not sure what that is. The firearm is also interesting. There are firearms in the Dungeon Master's Guide. They're not front and center in the player's handbook, and I think that's because this would have to be some sort of campaign theme, where you would either time travel or some Renaissance theme potentially. If you're just looking for this kind of black powder weapon, you could weave that in there, but that's more for the Dungeon Master to work into a campaign. And I think that's probably why it's in the DM's guide and not in the player's handbook. It's not a weapon of a fantasy genre typically. But alas, there it is. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope you found it useful. And leave me comments, questions below as always. I'll do my best to answer. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting this button, and I'll leave some playlists over here for kind of intro background stuff as well. Thanks, and we'll see you in the new year behind the DM screen, as well as talking through. I plan to talk a lot about Tasha's as well as I dig into that. I'm looking forward to that. So see you soon.